Alcohol isn't just empty calories, it actually changes the way your body works, it changes what happens in your brain, and it leaves you feeling terrible the following day and for days later. If you value performance and longevity, then you need to watch this video. When you consume alcohol, alcohol does a large number of effects on our brain. So let's start with one. One, when we drink alcohol, alcohol increases GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter that makes us feel very calm, very relaxed, very chill. It brings us down, makes us feel very, very chill. So this is why people are often looking for alcohol after they've had a very busy or very stressful day. In addition to GABA rising, alcohol also brings down a stimulatory compound called glutamate. So as glutamate falls in your brain is less stimulated, so therefore you also start to feel more chill, more calm, more relaxed. Alcohol also causes dopamine to suddenly pop and come all the way up, and dopamine is our reward chemical in our brain. So drinking alcohol can also feel very rewarding for us. And because of all this dopamine effects on our brain, it's inhibiting our prefrontal cortex as mentioned earlier, and this is why it decreases our inhibitions. So therefore it makes it easier to order those fries or have that sugary drink or have that one more drink when you know you probably should have stopped at the last one. Alcohol has a massive effect on our sleep and sleep quality. So let's run through what's actually happening in your brain. We already know now that alcohol causes your glutamate to come down. So once you stop drinking, that glutamate pops back up, which is very stimulatory, therefore waking you up in the middle of the night. Alcohol intake also decreases the amount of REM, or rapid eye movement sleep, you're going to have, which is when your brain recovers from the previous day. And it also decreases your deep sleep, which is your physical recovery from the day before as well. Oftentimes you're going to be waking up throughout the night, which leads to broken sleep, and therefore you're waking up the following day not feeling rested at all. We all know alcohol leads us with a hangover if we drink too much one day. So what is actually happening in the body that makes us feel this way? A number of factors, but one of them is that alcohol suppresses anti-diuretic hormone, which means when anti-diuretic hormone goes down, your kidneys are just letting all of the water out. So therefore, people call this like you're opening the floodgates. You have that first pee after you're drinking alcohol, and if you continue to drink alcohol, you find you're peeing all the time. What you're actually doing is you're dehydrating through there because anti-diuretic hormone helps us maintain our water balance. So as alcohol turns that off, we're just peeing constantly, which leads to significant dehydration. When we are dehydrated, we feel very tired, very lethargic, and also very irritable as well because our brains are made up of 70% water. In addition to just being dehydrated, the metabolism or the breakdown of that toxin of alcohol creates a compound called acetaldehyde. And acetaldehyde builds up high quantities in our brain, which leaves us feeling terrible. That's the queasy stomach, that's the irritability, that is the headache sensation that people have. And you will have that until your body is able to clear that secondary toxin, acetaldehyde, and actually get that out of your body and bring your levels back down to normal. Alcohol also affects our hormones. Alcohol causes our bodies to raise our cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone. Now, normally your cortisol has a curve throughout a 24-hour period. So it rises first thing in the morning, it starts coming down around lunch, and after lunch it starts coming down and going all the way down to zero. Most people consume alcohol in the evening. So when your cortisol is actually supposed to be dropping, you're raising your cortisol back up. Now, cortisol will increase your blood sugar, which will lead to weight gain around the midsection. And again, as we mentioned earlier in this video, it puts your entire metabolism on hold because you're actually burning alcohol first. Cortisol will also decrease your testosterone, so therefore if you are trying to make gains, you are trying to perform, you are trying to work towards something, that will actually be suppressed as well. Not only that, the next day you are actually going to notice that you are more hungry. A hormone called ghrelin is actually suppressed, and this hormone is what makes you feel full or satiated when you eat. That hormone actually goes down, which makes you more hungry the following day. Hence why people are often going out for large brunches or large foods or meals for the morning day after they wake up with a hangover or drinking too much. A rule of thumb is that it takes 1 hour for your body to clear the alcohol after one drink. However, there's a wide variability. Genetics play a large role in here, but in general, that's your rough guideline of if you have one drink, it's going to take 1 hour to clear that. If you are going to drink, make sure you stop drinking at least 4 hours before your bedtime to decrease the negative effect it's going to have on sleep. Always have a 1-to-1 ratio of alcohol to water. So for every alcoholic drink you have, make sure you have a large glass of water after that. Make sure that you pair alcohol with a very large protein balanced meal. And avoid sugary mixtures such as sodas, juices, and pops with your alcohol as well, because then you're consuming more empty calories. The day after you consume alcohol, make sure you try and get morning sunlight in your eyes as soon as you can to help reset that natural cortisol rhythm. Prioritize zone 2, so go for a nice long walk, 45 minutes to an hour, just slow rate. Make sure you get electrolytes, get lots of water into you, take a B vitamin to support your liver and your NAD to NADH ratio. A challenge I always ask my patients to do is if they have a smartwatch is to watch their sleeping heart rate and their HRV or heart rate variability from a normal night to a night after they consume alcohol. It's great for people to see themselves that alcohol raises their sleeping heart rate by a large margin and their HRV goes down significantly, which is showing how your body is recovering from stress. So yeah, check yours out if you have a smartwatch and drop a comment below. Bottom line of all this is that alcohol decreases your body's performance tomorrow and it decreases effects on your brain tonight. So you have to question, is the alcohol actually worth it, knowing that it's going to have negative effects on you and your performance for the next 24 up to 72 hours, depending on how much alcohol you've drank. If you're enjoying these videos and these videos are helping you, definitely click follow, drop a comment below, and let's keep this conversation going as to how we can optimize our bodies.